What's going on, everybody? Today, want to shoot a quick video. Dropping into the office this morning and just share with you guys kind of what we got going on. Just came back from a great conference this weekend, 3 days down at Flip Hacking Live with my mastermind group, and it was awesome just to be around a bunch of new real estate investors. Got to meet a lot of new people, some old people, associates, friends. So it's all good. But you look at the speakers that come, the motivational speakers. You had one speaker who came that was really power packed. That this guy, he was born with no legs, just one arm and only one finger on his hand that he did have. And just this guy's going on to build multiple $1 million businesses. Despite the limitations physically that you would see when he have, this guy has defied the odds and went out and found success. So that was a great story, just to hear his story and just see what he's done. But I think the biggest thing is just you got to take action. When it comes to real estate investing, a lot of people want to get into it. There's a lot of information going out, but you got to just execute. You got to figure out, find one thing. Don't try to wholesale. Don't try to flip. Don't try to do multifamily. Don't try to buy notes. Don't try to buy self-storage and do all that stuff simultaneously. Find one thing, get great at one thing. Get one niche, get one list that you want to focus on when it comes to your marketing. That's why I tell my coaching clients, it's like, yeah, it's a lot of different stuff out here that you can do, but get good at one thing. Let's get good at one thing, master it, get real comfortable with that one thing, then let's expand and go to something else. But you got to figure out what's that one thing going to be for you, your lifestyle, your approach, your time, your money, your resources that you have. What's the best strategy that comes together? And that's where you have that coach and mentor that can guide you, that has navigated that path before. And, and that's where that guidance can come in as you go through the forest. Whereas I tell a lot of people the analogy of walking through the forest, that, the difference between a mentor and a coach when you're going through the forest. If you're just walking through the forest, a mentor is going to tell you, hey, let's take this trail. You want to go through this trail and go that way because we know that's where you want to go. But when you start looking at a coach, the coach is going to tell you, well, we know that we got our backpack, we got enough food, we got enough clothing for cold weather. Let's go up this way. Could you go over the mountain pass? Do you feel like going over the mountain pass? And they're going to help you, guide you based off what they know about you, your values, what you have access to, your skill sets, and help you decide what's the best approach for you in your life. Because at the end of the day, whatever comes up, somebody can't just give you a strategy and you implement, and it's not aligned to what you are, who you are, your values, then it's not going to work. It's not going to be sustainable. But when you have a coach, somebody that can actually understand your values, understand your strategy, and kind of guide you to where it's that you understand the best answers and the best approach for you as an individual, you're going to be set up for success and long-term success, having that model. So I think that's the great benefit of having a coach and someone that's laser focused and know what they're doing, that they can help you figure out what's that one thing for you, not the one thing for me, not the one thing for somebody next door, your friend, but what's the one thing for you to make you successful and help you develop that and figure that out for your life. And I think that's the power of having that singular focus on one thing. And then once you figure out that one thing, you put the systems in place, you got a team in place, you can go on to the second thing, the third thing. Put systems in place, and then you go on to the next one. That's how you have a lot of serial entrepreneurs that build multiple great businesses. They get it, they build a business, the systems and people in place, and they go off and go build another thing. And, for me, it was single family. I went in, got single family over time. It didn't happen overnight. But we did one project after another project. We built up a body of work, and then we started doing that scale. And then we transitioned into multifamily. We still have our single family business. We're actually closing on a single family today. I got to go sign our first flip since we've been back in the Washington, D.C. area. And so we got a house down in D.C. that we're closing today. Thank the Lord. So that's going to be super cool. There'll be a lot of content coming out with that. I just hate the drive. That's 45 minutes to get in. The team is gonna be doing the work and everything, but I gotta put in the work and drive down. I gotta shoot some good content and just share with you all as we go through that whole process and journey. So that's gonna be something that's gonna be cool. So be on the lookout for that. Cause that's the thing. Like I'm coaching real estate, but I'm still doing real estate. I still have my real estate business. We're operating in Panama City, buying single family homes and rentals in that area. We're buying, houses, a multifamily in Alabama, across Alabama. Just closed on a 40 unit in Montgomery a couple weeks back. We're closing on 56 units here in a couple weeks. All the thing we're waiting on now is a survey to come in, and doing deals in DC. And and so that's the whole process. My students are doing deals in Birmingham. Most recently picked up a rental property. Shout out to Young, with him doing that. And we're just helping people level up. They're serious about real estate, come up with the best strategy, the one thing for them that they're working on and getting good at, and just continue to replicate and find it. But guess what? Thing I tell people is success loves speed. Once you find that one thing that's yours, you got to go and put everything into it and be ready to execute. And so I think that's what a lot of people, they step into these programs and, they're not ready to execute on the information, the value. Whereas that I got one student that's done a flip, that's found the 40 unit apartment building, that's found the 56 unit apartment building, but he's taking action. And, and that's the thing, whereas that it's a lot of people have access to the same information, but you got to take action. And once you start taking action, you figure out what your one thing is. Everything gets crystal clear. It seems almost like it's carefree and easy. And that's one of the things, like the house we closed in DC, that came from a relationship with one of our former church members that we used to worship at. They came like, hey, they said, we were selling the house, the situation. They were like, you probably need an investor to come in and close quick and sell it. And he was like, the first person I thought about was you. And that's why people know that I'm a real estate investor. And it's funny, I've been active duty Air Force for 17 plus years. And I still get people like, man, I didn't even know you were still serving. I thought you were just doing real estate full time. I'm like, no, this is a part-time job, but I built a business and have employees and great team members that are able to execute. And so that's the thing that it all comes down to, is having great people on your team that help you level up, and you have the vision, and then you help them achieve their goals too at the same time. So find your one thing, everybody say one thing, find your one thing today. Everybody should, I'm a true believer, everybody should find one thing that they're good at to generate additional passive income. It don't have to be real estate. We ain't talking about real estate right now, but just think about it from an entrepreneurial perspective. You're great, you're good at something, and that you can add value to a lot of other people's lives by being able to share that gift that you have, whether it's project management skills, whether it's like I was talking with my sister, like with cosmetology, or if it's something that you have like with physical therapy. I know a guy that his sole job, he's a physical therapist, is to help other physical therapists pass their license exam. That's his thing that he helps with. So if you figure out something where you can add value to other people with something that you got, maybe you like to bake, maybe you like to cook. How do you level up and provide that service in order to create more passive income? Because at the end of the day, if you're working a job, you can't leave your job to your kids. You can't leave your will and your trust to your job. But if you have a small business where you got the right people working for you, you can lead them a business. You can lead them that legacy where it's that their business runs without you and produces income for your family. So I challenge people, figure out what that one thing is that is going through. We're talking about that one thing for real estate and getting your strategy, but what's the one thing that you can do, period, if you're not a real estate investor, you're listening to this, in order to level up to produce more income. Whereas that now you're getting that financial freedom, but at the end of the day, all financial freedom does, it gives you time freedom. Whereas that you can do whatever you want to with your time. And when you have that, you don't even need $1 million. A lot of people talk about you got to get X amount, a lot of money. You don't need a lot of money to be comfortable, to be happy, but you got to be content. You got to figure out what makes you tick on the inside. Is it a Rolls Royce? Is it a Bentley? Is it $1 million hanging around your neck? Is it $1 million on your wrist? If you need that to be happy, then you need to do some deep soul searching and get some other things aligned. If all that stuff is what it takes to make you feel successful and to make you feel aligned to your purpose and your cause. So I just challenge you to kind of go through, figure out what's your number, how much money do you need, passive income, and go off and make it happen. Because that's what it takes. You just got to take action. You just get that one thing and just execute like your life depends on it, because your life does depend on it. And I'll say that your family lives depend on it, because if you're not showing up in the workplace, and you're not showing up by way of having your own side business or your own joint venture that you're going on, then you're going to always be somebody else's asset. And so that's the thing I tell you: buy assets so you don't be somebody else's asset for the rest of your life. So that's it. We're almost here, about to get ready to go get this gym time in before clocking in. Or if you're like me, you got a job, then when you actually hit the gym, you're clocked in. So that works. But y'all be blessed today. Oh yeah. This is day 13, 500K challenge. Always looking to partner with people that's looking to get in real estate, that want to be more passive and invest their money in some of our projects. Reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. We always have opportunities come up. Like I said, we're closing a deal in DC today, and we're closing on a 56-unit apartment building down in Alabama in a couple weeks. And we're just continuing to move out and make equity happen and just continue to change lives through real estate. Also, starting the week of November 14th, I'm going to have my real estate invested, my passive income boot camp. I think that's the name I'm going to go with it, but it's really just teaching the fundamentals of real estate investing for passive cash flow and income. And we're going to be talking about how to take your retirement accounts, move them to self-directed accounts, where you can buy and expose yourself to some real estate, where you can get, because the stock market is down over 25% this year. You gotta diversify some. You need to have some cash flow and assets. Show you how to buy rental properties in your IRA, your 401k retirement account, where so you can get passive income generated and you can build wealth. And I also share the same mechanisms, whereas that I use to put systems in place to build a real estate investing business, to build a business around buying distressed assets and adding value and creating equity. And so that's something you're interested in. Be on the lookout. November 14th, we'll have that out here in the next few days, where you guys can start registering and signing up. And look forward to just continuing to grow the community and just helping more and more people can create generational wealth through real estate investing. So one thing, the takeaway for today is find that one thing and level up. With real estate investing, you got to find that one strategy. And that's the purpose of having a coach and mentor, somebody that can help you go through, listen to where you are, find your values, and then make sure what works for you and aligns with you, so you can execute and be in it for the long haul. Because this is a long game. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And you guys be blessed.